Nure-onna. Near lonely rivers and coastlines in Japan, travelers sometimes encounter a strange woman standing by the water, her long, wet hair hanging over her face. She appears distressed and often begs passers-by to hold her baby for a moment. Feeling sympathy, the victim agrees and takes the child into their arm. That is the trap. According to the legend, the baby suddenly becomes impossibly heavy, making it difficult, or even impossible, to put down. While the victim struggles under the crushing weight, the woman reveals her true form. In many versions, Nure-onna then attacks and drains the victim's life, leaving them no chance to escape. Nure-onna is typically described as having the head of a human woman with long, wet black hair and the long, powerful body of a serpent. She is most often seen near rivers, lakes, and coastline. In some accounts, she carries or is accompanied by a strange baby used to lure victim. Nure-onna is a traditional Japanese yokai from Edo period folklore, especially common in coastal and river region ghost stories. Her name means wet woman, referring to her constantly soaked appearance. The tale was historically used as a warning to travelers near dangerous waters. Kunekune. On a quiet summer day in rural Japan, someone notices a strange white figure standing far away in the empty fields. Its body looks thin and unnaturally twisted, slowly writhing back and forth, even though the air is completely still. Curious, the person keeps staring, trying to understand what it is. That is the mistake. According to the legend, anyone who clearly sees Kunekune's true form instantly loses their sanity. Some victims collapse on the spot, while others return home alive but permanently mentally broken, unable to explain what they saw. Kunekune is usually described as a tall, thin, white humanoid figure standing in open fields, especially rice fields. Its body appears unnaturally twisted and constantly waving or writhing, even when there is no wind. Witnesses say its true form becomes horrifying only when seen clearly from close range. Kunekune is a modern Japanese rural urban legend that spread through internet forums and word of mouth in the early 2000s. The name Kunekune comes from a Japanese word meaning to twist or to wriggle, describing the creature's constant, unnatural movement in the distance. Tenome. One dark night in Kyoto, a young man entered a graveyard to test his courage. While walking between the silent graves, he noticed an elderly blind man slowly approaching from the shadows. Sensing something was wrong, the young man panicked and ran to a nearby temple, begging a priest to hide him. The priest quickly locked him inside a large wooden chest. Moments later, the creature entered the temple, loudly sniffing the air as it searched for its prey. The sound grew closer and closer, till it stopped right beside the chest. Then came a wet, horrifying slurping noise. When the priest finally opened the chest, the young man was gone. Inside remained only his loose, empty skin. His bones had been completely sucked out. Tenome appears as an elderly, blind Zato. Its face has no eyes at all, while each palm contains a large, staring eyeball. It wanders open fields and graveyards at night, relying heavily on its powerful sense of smell to track human prey. Tenome is a traditional Japanese yokai whose name means hand eyes. Folklore suggests it may be the vengeful ghost of a blind man who was robbed and murdered. According to legend, the dying man wished he could have seen his attackers' faces, even if only with eyes on his hands, and his resentment transformed him into this yokai. If you've made it this far, you probably like this kind of content. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. It helps the video reach more people and supports the channel. Red Room Curse. Late at night, a small red pop-up suddenly appears on a person's computer screen, asking a chilling question. Do you like the Red Room? When they try to close it, the window keeps coming back, each time faster than before. Soon, a faint, childlike voice begins repeating the question over and over. The cursor freezes. The screen flickers violently. Then the entire monitor turns deep red. A long list of names slowly scrolls down, and at the very bottom, the viewer sees their own name. According to the legend, people who experience this are later found dead in their rooms, and mysteriously, no one ever knows how they died. The curse usually appears as a blood-red pop-up window, often accompanied by a childlike or eerie voice repeatedly asking the same question. Victims report screen glitches, frozen cursors, and the monitor turning completely red before the scrolling list of names appears. The Red Room Curse is a modern Japanese internet urban legend that began spreading in the early 2000s. It became widely known after a disturbing flash animation circulated across online forums and chat rooms. Unlike traditional Japanese yokai, this legend belongs to the digital age, which makes it feel disturbingly realistic. Zashiki-warashi. In old Japanese homes, especially large traditional houses, families sometimes reported hearing the soft footsteps of a child running through empty rooms late at night. Objects would mysteriously move and quiet giggles echoed through the hall, even when no children were present. According to the legend, these signs meant Zashiki-warashi was living in the house. Families who welcomed the spirit were said to receive great fortune and prosperity. But if the child spirit suddenly disappeared, it was believed the household would soon fall into misfortune or ruin. Zashiki-warashi usually appears as a small child, around 5 or 6 years old, often dressed in traditional Japanese clothing, such as a kimono. It may look like either a boy or a girl. Witnesses commonly describe it as pale, with bobbed or shoulder-length hair. The spirit is most often seen only briefly before vanishing. Zashiki-warashi is a traditional Japanese household spirit from northern Japan, especially the Tohoku region. Unlike many yokai, it is not considered purely malevolent. Folklore about the spirit dates back to Edo period ghost stories and regional legends. Historically, many families believe their home's prosperity was directly tied to the presence of this mysterious child spirit. Akaname. In old Japanese homes and bathhouses, people sometimes notice something disturbing in the middle of the night. A bathroom that was dirty before going to sleep would mysteriously be spotless by morning, yet covered in strange, slimy streaks. According to the legend, this was the work of the Akaname. It quietly sneaks into filthy bathrooms at night and licks the grime, mold, and dirt from tubs and floors. Those unlucky enough to catch it in the act often flee in terror at the horrifying sight. Akaname is usually depicted as a small, goblin-like creature with red skin, messy hair, sharp claws, and an extremely long, sticky tongue used for licking dirt, grime. It is most often seen in dirty bathrooms or abandoned bathhouses late at night. Akaname is a traditional Japanese yokai from Edo period folklore. Its name literally means filth licker. The creature appeared in early yokai encyclopedias, such as the works of Toriyama Sekian. The legend likely served as a warning to keep bathrooms clean, especially for children. Rokurokubi. In quiet Japanese villages, there are stories of ordinary women who live normal lives during the day, eating, talking, and sleeping like everyone else. But at night, something terrifying happens. While the woman sleeps, her neck slowly begins to stretch longer and longer until their head slithers through the darkness. According to the legend, these creatures secretly roam at night, watching humans or causing mischief while their bodies lie motionless in bed. By day, Rokurokubi look completely human, usually appearing as ordinary women. At night, however, their necks stretch to extreme lengths, sometimes snaking through windows or around corners. A related variant, the Nukakubi, has its head completely detach and fly through the air. Rokurokubi is a traditional Japanese yokai from Edo period folklore. The name means pulley neck, referring to the unnatural stretching of the creature's neck. In many old tales, Rokurokubi were believed to be ordinary humans cursed because of past sins or supernatural punishment. Their stories appear frequently in classical Japanese ghost story collections. Gashadokuro. On certain silent nights in Japan, travelers are warned to listen carefully along empty fields and lonely roads. If you hear a faint rattling sound in the darkness, it may already be too late. According to the legend, the Gashadokuro silently stalks its victims before suddenly appearing and crushing them in its massive skeletal grip. Many stories say people simply vanish without a trace after encountering it. Gashadokuro appears as a gigantic human skeleton, often said to be many times taller than a normal person. Its bones are usually depicted as dark, shadowy, and it is sometimes described as nearly invisible at night. Witnesses often report hearing loud rattling or clattering sounds before it appears. Gashadokuro is a traditional Japanese yokai from Edo period folklore. Its name means starving skeleton. The creature is said to be formed from the bones of people who died from famine or war or were left unburied. Their accumulated resentment and suffering supposedly merged to create this gigantic undead monster. The legend became widely known through yokai encyclopedias, especially the works of Toriyama Sekian. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to create more content like this. And drop a comment below. I really want to know what topic you want me to explore next.